Well, welcome back, good Costco people. Today we are going to Costco. This is again in Summerlin, Nevada. But we are going to be taking a look at the produce section today. You ever wonder, well, how much money can I save if I buy all of my produce from Costco? Grab a cart here. And by the way, suggest that if you are going in and you're passing the cart corral, go ahead and grab a cart. Especially when it's busy, you can save the cart runners a little time from coming out and dragging these carts all the way back. Each one, reach one when it comes to the carts. I digress. Back to the produce. So today we're going to go through half of the refrigerated produce section. I wanted to do one whole video just going through the entire refrigerated section of produce. However, that refrigerator is huge. And I didn't want this video to get too long, so we're going to essentially get through one half of the fresh produce section today, and then the next release, the next video that comes out will be the second half of the produce section. So we're getting here to the front, and then we're just going to cut to the back, and you'll see the fresh produce. And the first thing we're going to do is start with the strawberries. And I am going to, where I can, pull up a Kroger website to show the price of a similar item where I can do apples and apples. You can see here the price of a pound of strawberries is $4.49 at the Kroger, and here I believe that was $6.99 for 2 pounds of strawberries here. So you can see you're saving a little bit of a do-re-mi on strawberries here at Costco. Then the blueberries, 16 ounces here. I'm going to close the package. I did not open that package. That was like that, trying to get it closed for the next shopper. But you can see here the blueberries are there. Those are the non-organic blueberries, and you will pay a little more for organic blueberries. And here we have a fresh cut fruit tray. And this seems a little high, $11.99 for that small package, but it's because, of course, they're already cut for you and they got them sectioned off. And this bowl, literally, you could probably just take the lid off and have that at your housewarming or graduation party, whatever it is. And now these mango slices, they are organic mango slices. And I gotta tell you, when I eat a mango, it gets pretty messy. I am pretty much having to be near a sink so that I can go wash my hands after eating a whole mango. But these are nicely sliced. I'm not sure at which peak of ripeness they were picked. I prefer to pick my own mangoes and just eat them in the messy way that I do. Now, this fruit I had never heard of, rambutan, and don't know if I'm pronouncing that right at all. But it certainly looks like if you eat this, it could be a little scratchy going down. So if you have a sore throat, I wouldn't suggest eating this fruit. I'm just kidding. It is not eaten that way. You cut it open. I did a little research, and it's said to be like lychee, and it has like the inside is a white fleshy material, has the, I guess, reminders of a grape or what have you on the inside, but a lot of good vitamins and nutrients in it, so don't sleep on that, even though I've never heard of it. And so here we have some blackberries, and really all of this section we're in now with the blackberries, the blueberries, the strawberries. You can't go wrong with any of this from an antioxidant perspective, and just building up your immune system, making a smoothie, just popping them in your mouth one at a time, no problemo. That's the way to go. And then they do have another party favor here. It's a vegetable tray, and it comes with a ranch dip, so has some of these vegetables, pretty much all of which you can get from Costco. Those carrots are kind of sliced in chips from larger carrots, and they have the baby carrots here. So that one, you may just have to replace that with baby carrots, but you can either do that, easy to go, especially if you are the type like me who maybe you get invited to something and they say, well, we need you to bring something. $12, grab a veggie tray, get in there, and you're the life of the party. Because some people come to those parties and look for some vegetables either as a snack or for their entire meal. Now we're going to get into some mushrooms, and there's more than one variety here, so stay tuned if you don't see your mushrooms, starting with the shiitake mushrooms. And yes, it's not pronounced the other way. That would be a bad word if you said it that way. So it's shiitake mushrooms. Almost sounds like I'm sneezing there. Shiitake. Whew, got a fever. $9.99 for that. Now this next one, I was able to pull a comparison. These are the portobello organic mushrooms. You can see the price there was for 6 ounces. So it's essentially you're getting one extra mushroom head for the price of the mushrooms here at Costco. That wasn't a per pound price on the Kroger thing. I believe it was for 6 ounces, whereas this, I can't remember how many you're getting, 16 ounces. So a little hard to do a pound for pound, but it does come out cheaper. I know that for sure. It's cheaper here. Then if the portobello isn't your jam, the baby bella, which is the daughter of the portobella, which is a cousin of the porta potty, but I don't want to go down that line. So these are organic baby bella mushrooms, $5.79. I didn't see those at the grocery store to do a pound for pound for comparison, but the white organic mushrooms I did. $3.19 for 8 ounces, and here it's $3.30 per pound. So you can figure that 8 ounces will be about 6 something per pound. So these will essentially be coming in about half price of what the Kroger is selling them for. $4.99 for a 24-ounce package of organic large white mushrooms. Finally, I believe that is the last mushroom that we're going to deal with, and we're going to get into now some of the other areas of the produce section here with the peeled garlic. And this is a lot of garlic. And so, not to say that if you're doing a lot of pasta sauces, even in your salads or a whole bunch of dishes, you can certainly do some roasted garlic. When I make potatoes, I like to have some roasted garlic there. So if you think you can use this huge bag of garlic, it is certainly made easier for you by peeling it. It's already peeled first. $11.99 for a 3-pound bag. As long as you will use it up, because of course it sits around, it starts to lose some of its flavor, and of course it can also go bad on you. And then we have the cucumbers. Now these say they're grown in a hothouse. Not sure how that's different from an outhouse, but I believe they're both outside. But this, I believe, is more cleaner. So it's organic, $5.99 for the hothouse cucumbers. And then they also have a cocktail cucumber here, $6.99 for 1.5 pounds. Also hot house grown. And I think this is just some form of a greenhouse, essentially. So to let you know they're not just growing outside, but a huge greenhouse, these hot houses. And there's a little picture there of the growers, essentially, the folks who are out there in those hot houses, putting these vegetables together for you. I think the hothouse allows for less, the dealing with the insects and all of that. Of course, these are all organic, so that helps if you're trying to not deal with the bugs and all of that. You're in a hothouse, helps you with that. And so these are mini peppers. Now they are not organic, so I'm not sure what they're doing with these, but these are sweet. Sometimes you might look at these, especially the red pepper and the shape, and think, is this a spicy pepper? No, even though it might have the shape of a chili, it's a little larger, and they're sweet like these bell peppers. Not at all spicy. The bell peppers, I was able to see that they have a 1 count for $2.29, and here you can see the 1 count is $1.09. So again, essentially half price when you're buying 1-to-1. However, if you buy 6 and 3 of them go bad, you're maybe better off than just getting the one that you needed from the Kroger. So be careful about buying in bulk, particularly for these things that have a short shelf life or a short refrigerated life, to not think you're getting a bargain, but end up throwing it out. And these, I don't believe, freeze very well. Not sure about that. Don't quote me on that. I've never frozen bell peppers, but not to say that you can't do it and still have it taste good when you take it out. And here's some squash. No, not the game, the vegetable. This is organic squash. And of course, you can do spaghetti squash with this. Replace your pasta and use some squash. I'm not sure if that's this one, the baby squash, or just the regular squash, that big, the light brown, orange looking squash. I think that's what you use for the spaghetti squash versus this. But who knows? You might be able to do this with this as well. Not 100% sure. But that's 3.5 pounds, and that'll cost you $7.50. Then next we have the French beans, also organic, $4.89 for 2 pounds. That's a 2-pound bag you have going there. And I'm showing you this nutrition label, and of course the ingredients just say green beans, so I'm not sure why they do a nutrition label for this, but it does say you get 11% of your dietary fiber. I figure when it's just a single ingredient bag, they just have no need to put an ingredient label on the back, but some of these places do, so I show it to you where it exists. Now we have the Brussels sprouts. Now this is an air fryer favorite of mine. Oh my goodness. Cut that thing in half. Sprinkle a little bit of olive oil, some Himalayan sea salt, some ground fresh pepper. You can't beat that. And then the cauliflower, $6.49 for that. This is not one of my favorites. However, you get what you like. I prefer broccoli florets to cauliflower florets. But in either case, there is the nutrition label there as well. 25 calories per serving, and a serving they're deeming as 1 cup here. Cauliflower. And I also hear people make pizza crust using cauliflower. So that might be something to do to get rid of such a large bag. Artichokes, 4 count, $6.99. This is not something I prepared at home before. I've had artichoke out. Certainly I've had artichoke dip. But they do provide some instructions on how to steam your artichokes here on the back. No nutrition label, which is good because they're just artichokes here in the bag. But for those of you who might be like me and not be real familiar with what to do if you got an artichoke laying out in front of you, there's some directions on the back there. $6.99 can get you 4 jumbo artichokes. All right, next we have the organic celery sticks. Of course, these are easily enjoyed just straight out the pack. 2.5 pounds for $5. Or if you're trying to get your young ones to eat more celery, put a little peanut butter in the groove. Then you got some groovy snack food that the kids will just eat up. The crunch, the peanut butter, they go together like peanut butter and jelly, minus the sugary, sweet jelly. And last but certainly not least, we don't want to leave the carrots out. And showing here $1.99 per pound, they also have a 2-pound bag for $3.79, but you can see here 4 pounds you're getting for $6 and change. Whereas 4 pounds at the grocery store, it's going to be more like $7.60 and change or something like that. So, but still, this is a lot of baby carrots to buy at once. If it were me, some of these baby carrots would likely become teenagers before I could get finished with them all. So just be mindful of that. Buy in bulk if you can use it all, or if it's something that you can freeze. And certainly with the carrots, by the way, I can see you easily using that to juice, having some carrot juice, and even the celery for that matter. So you might be able to eat what you can eat and then juice what you can't eat. All right, folks, well, that's going to do it for this one. Please, 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 absolutely come back for part 2. If you didn't see your favorite fruit or vegetable in this video. We will cover it in the next video. So we'll have that second half for you there. So once again, just thank you for choosing this video. They got a lot of options out there. I appreciate you selecting this one. We are trying to grow the channel here, so if there's anything that you liked in the video, please go ahead and push the like button. And if you'd like to be notified of future content when it drops, I'd appreciate it if you could help me get to 1,000 subscribers by pushing the subscribe button as well. Until next time, I'm out.